Hi guys, I'm Glenyce Hughes and I get to travel this beautiful planet of ours, facilitating people in creating their dreams come true. How did I get so lucky? So, last night hubby and I watched this movie. It's called Florence, Jenkins, oh my gosh, I forget the last name. But if you're on Netflix, especially if you live in Canada, I don't know if it's everywhere, but in Canada on Netflix, if you just type in Florence, you'll see it's 3 names. It's a woman's name, and she's got 3 names. Oh my gosh, it was so awesome. One, it has Hugh Grant in it, and I mean, Hugh Grant, and Meryl Streep plays the Florence. And what I absolutely loved, I mean, there were so many things I loved. What I absolutely loved was at the end, and who she is. So this is based on a true story. So Florence was a woman who didn't sing very well in most people's eyes and ears, but for her, she sang beautifully. She put on concerts. She just loved to sing. She had syphilis, and the doctor says on the movie, he'd only ever seen people live about 20 years with it. And she had managed 50, and he was talking to her husband, and he said to her husband, how? And her husband said, it's her love for music. So she was, it truly kept her alive. It gave her purpose. It just lit her up. So she got lots of bad reviews. And in fact, she was even called the worst opera singer. And I read that on Wikipedia. And what she says at the end of the movie, and this is the piece that I loved, was, people can say that I sang bad, but nobody can say I didn't sing. And I'm kind of paraphrasing there, but that's the energy of it, right? She's saying, like, you know what? Some people loved it, some people hated it, but it didn't stop me. And this is my invitation to you, sweet friends, is like, look at where you're stopping you based on what other people might think or say. Because that's the bullshit that's got to stop now. That's the stuff when we're allowing people to control us, when we're allowing the possibility of judgment to stop us. Guess what? They're going to judge you anyway. Stop it. They're going to judge you anyway. I'm sorry I've got to be the bearer of bad news here, guys. They're going to judge you anyway. That's what people do. They judge. So if you're willing to receive it, if you're willing to not give a flying fuck about it, guess what? You will actually create the most magical life and living. And this is what her husband said a few times throughout the movie, is ours is a very happy world. And it was. It was a very happy world because they chose it to be happy. She even had friends who supported her, who adored her, who were lit up based on how much she was lit up by her singing. Even though while the show was on, and I know that Meryl Streep, she was playing the part, and I get that it wasn't probably too far off of Florence. Little Toddy, my kitty, was like, oh, what is going on? And Florence didn't let it stop her. Florence said, I love this, and I'm a good singer, which means to me, it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. What matters is what you think. So if you're looking at you through the eyes of other people, then you know what? You'll never be good enough. You'll never be smart enough. You'll never be tall enough or short enough or thin enough or fat enough or any of the enoughs. You'll never be it. But if you look through your eyes, what might be possible? If you go, you know what? I love this so much. I don't give a shit. When we were in Australia, we went paddleboarding for the first time. And I fell off out in the water, thankfully. I was, fell off into the water. And as I was laying there contemplating, do I just swim in and be done with this? It wasn't the most ease thing, I'll tell you that right now. And I was looking at 2 guys on the bench watching us. And my first thought was like, oh, okay, no, I've got to stop here. And then I thought, you know what? They're the ones on the bench. And I don't know what they're thinking. I don't know if they're going, wow, that's amazing that they're doing that, or they're going, wow, they're horrible. Like, I have no clue what's going on in their head or what they might be saying to each other. But I'm the one doing it. They're the ones sitting on the bench. So guys, please, I beg of you, stop sitting on the bench. Sing, dance, paint, talk, make videos, teach classes, do cartwheels. I don't care what it is that lights you up. Do it. Do it, because it only matters what you say to you. It only matters what you do with that. And this planet right now, it needs those of us who are willing to get on video, on paddleboards, on TV, baking cakes, like whatever it is that lights up. It requires us now to be us now more than ever before. So if you can watch that movie, get inspired, warn your cats, but also look at where you're letting that crazy stop you. Because what might be possible if you just said yes, if you just chose it and not worried about what anybody was thinking or saying, and you just chose it. And if you loved it, you keep choosing it. And if you don't, you don't choose it anymore. There, I'll get off my soapbox. So have an awesome week, sweet friends, and I look forward to chatting with you next week.